The ag sector is bracing for the first round of Nafta negotiations, and White House officials emphasize the importance of the deal for American agriculture. Negotiations begin on Wednesday in Washington, D.C. and run through the weekend. Farm leaders have asked the administration to make do no harm the center of the ag platform, a position the Trump administration backed over the weekend. In a statement, White House Chief Economic Advisor Gary Cohn says we should keep the parts that work, especially for much of American agriculture, but fix the parts that don't. As the Nafta renegotiation efforts get underway this week, U.S. dairy farmers will keep a close eye on key trade issues with both Canada and Mexico. RFD-TV's Sarah Mock has the details.
Earlier this year, Canadian companies began canceling contracts with U.S. dairies as a result of changes in Canada's dairy supply management system. This dispute caught the attention of President Trump, and since then, the industry has demanded solutions.
The United States needs to stand up and say, we're standing on this issue. You know it's going to be unwound eventually through to WTO. Do it right now because it's right, and it's what good trading partners should do.
With Nafta renegotiations looming, the dairy industry is broadening its scope beyond this single issue.
NAFTA did not open up Canada the way it did Mexico, and today they maintain tariff rate quotas of up to 200 to 300%. Of primary importance today is Canada's new Class 7 pricing strategy that just came into effect. It essentially matches the lowest prices in the world for milk protein finished products, despite Canada having one of the world's highest raw milk farm gate prices.
Class 7 includes ultra-filtered milk, which falls under a state-protected system that has led many to accuse Canada of dumping. Dairy representatives urged negotiators to reach an agreement with Canada, similar to the one we share with Mexico.
We have a 73% share of Mexican imports. For Dairy Gold, it's our single largest export destination out of about 20 countries we export to. Mexico is also the largest skim milk powder importer in the world, and export competitors like New Zealand or Europe would love to grow there. We need to remove any ambiguity or uncertainty of our commitment to Mexico.
And experts say that it's not just American dairy producers who are being hurt.
Well, it's not good, and it certainly is detrimental not only to American producers, but also Canadian consumers who end up paying a significant amount more for their dairy products. This renegotiation needs to focus on significant tariff reduction. It needs to focus on greater transparency in the process. The Canadian government clearly manipulates through policy and regulation this market.
The Canadian Foreign Affairs Minister spoke Monday on NAFTA renegotiations, saying, quote, Canada will uphold and preserve the elements of NAFTA that Canadians deem key to our national interest, including Canada's system of supply management. For RFD-TV, Sarah Mock, Washington.
Now, despite ongoing issues in the dairy industry, U.S. ag overall has seen trade with Canada and Mexico climb sharply from about $8.1 billion in 1993 to $38.9 billion in 2016.